Gordon Ramsay breakfast pizza was a complete disaster, in my opinion, but I'm willing to try it. And what I want to do, I want to fix the errors, the mistakes he made to make it better, because I believe this pizza have good potentials to become one of your favorite breakfast pizza.
Salivating up there, right?
Looking good.
No dribbles, please. Create something new, something exciting, something for breakfast. Let's start off with Bloody Mary. So, classic marinara.
Bloody Mary for breakfast? That's too much to start the day with. Come on, Gordon.
A little hit. Oh, vodka.
No, come on, vodka.
Just a touch, as Jockey would say in Scotland. Mix in that marinara.
No, okay, started the wrong way. Pizza sauce is not marinara. Marinara is a different sauce. This is peeled tomatoes that we crush by hand or with a potato masher, and we're not gonna touch it. It stays as it is. No vodka, nothing in it. If you wanna make a vodka sauce, you have to cook it. If you wanna make a penne alla vodka, it's a different recipe. Okay, I understand where your idea comes from, but it doesn't work on pizza.
Heat that beautiful Liamperrin. That's gonna give a nice little kick to it. From there, a little hint.
Yeah, never put chili on your pizza sauce, because this pizza sauce, it's a batch that can make about 6 to 10 pizzas, okay? So why would you put chili in a pizza sauce? Add it on your pizza and add as much chili as you want.
And this is where the magic starts. Now come on, who doesn't love baked beans? So we're gonna drain off some of that juice.
Great idea to add baked beans. It's an English pizza breakfast, great idea. But don't put the beans in the tomato sauce. The tomato sauce is the base. We're gonna add the beans on top of the pizza so we can spread them evenly.
To sort of 1/3 baked beans. Gently mix that up, okay? And just fold that in there. So we've got this Bloody Mary base with a beautiful seaweed lather bread. I'm gonna put that through the marinara and just literally.
Okay, seaweed? No. And it's not a marinara. Stop saying that. A marinara is a classic sauce from Naples. And it's got oregano, garlic, basil, tomato sauce, extra virgin olive oil. What are the ingredients in here?
Get that a little bit spicy. And then mix that up beautifully. Let that sit and marinate. Now, too wet, then it's gonna run off that dough. We want it to sort of almost coat the base.
You do not want it wet. Make a basic tomato sauce. You will never go wrong. And then you add toppings.
That beautiful sourdough. Over here we got beautiful smoked pancetta, local mushrooms. Jockey, the name of that cheese again?
Black Bomber.
Black Bomber. It's a very appetizing name.
It's a great cheese. You don't know the cheese? Black Bomber is it's cheddar on steroids.
Generous on the flour, as always. Now, from there, good, on she goes. Beautiful.
He made a well just like when you make pasta. This is not pasta, it's pizza. You don't do that, okay? Use semolina. We're gonna use super fine Italian semolina to stretch the pizzas. That's what pizza usually do, okay? You wanna use flour, yes, put some flour on the pizza bowl, and then you remove it from the flour.
The pizza boys are doing these in their sleep. Be gentle with this, don't tear it. I'm gonna take it a little bit thicker than normal because I almost want a sort of a crust, but again, not too thick.
The age is making everything wrong. I can't handle watching this. I can't believe he's got so many pizza restaurants, he doesn't know how to stretch a pizza. Here are the beautiful pizza bowls I made. Let's put some semolina around, get the spatula together, and we put it straight in the semolina, just like that. See, we have semolina, top and bottom, okay? So what we do, you don't touch the edges, just press from the center, and look at that. Look at that, we're moving the gases to the edges, okay? So, move the gases from the center to the edges. And take your time, don't rush, but can you see how easy this is? I'll turn it around. Can you see how I'm creating the edges of the pizza? How amazing is that? Now let's move the semolina, you don't need it. You don't need any semolina on the bench. I've got a marble bench, you can use a timber bench. And all we have to do now is to keep stretching. And look how easy it is to stretch. The Napolitan style uses this technique to stretch the pizza. You don't want to do that, that's okay. You can do what Gordon was doing, but you need to make sure you don't touch the edges, okay? As you can see, if you go like this, the dough stretches by itself. My recommendation is to use a timber board, just like that, before you add the ingredients on top, okay? So here's the pizza base. Let's see what Gordon is doing.
So turn that over, and again, generous on the flour. Pull
Theo is using his hands to squash the edges. You never do that to a pizza.
and stretch. Now, from there, manipulate that all the way around,
He doesn't know what he's doing.
and then just open it up and just use that to stretch the middle, create
No.
the crust, and let the weight of the dough hang around off your hands, and then just manipulate that back out.
You put it back on the flour.
Twist.
Why do you put it back on the flour? You
Yes.
remove the flour, now you put it back on
Again,
the flour.
little blister. Baked beans on a pizza. They're going to ban us from Italy
Yes. No, it's okay.
and Wales. If it works, if it works,
It's an English-
it could be a staple here in North Wales.
English breakfast
Baked
pizza.
beans on a pizza. There you go.
Wrong.
Good.
It's wrong to put the pizza on the stainless steel metal pizza peel and then you put the topping. It's wrong. It will get stuck on it. What you have to do, use a timber peel, just like this one, because the pizza won't get stuck on the pizza peel if you use timber.
Beans. Look at that.
I don't like what he did with the sauce because those beans are not gonna spread. I can't make the sauce he made because it's completely wrong. Everything else, I'll try and be as close as I can and do what he did, but this sauce needs to be treated with respect. All right, here we go. Let's put a ladle of sauce. Look how beautiful this sauce is. Look at that. You need to be able to spread the sauce perfectly. See, this is the moment where I say to you, add the baked beans that you want, okay? You wanna use these famous brand baked beans? Okay, let's do that. Let's put it on top. So at least now we know where the beans are and we can spread them evenly. I think that's enough beans. At least now we know where the beans are.
I love the fact that we've got that seaweed in there as well. Get that little Welsh flavour.
Now, seaweed.
Now, spread that out evenly, not too heavy. And then we start loading this up. The Welsh sausage. It's not even cooked and they're getting excited.
I couldn't find a Welsh sausage, but here in Australia I found a pork sausage that is the closest to that Welsh sausage. It's half cooked, and I'm gonna put it on the pizza, and the other half will keep cooking in the oven. One piece of advice, when you cook sausages on a pizza, try to make them smaller so they can finish to cook quickly. And when you put toppings on top of the pizza, try to be fast so they don't get stuck to the tray. In this case, we're using a timber tray, so it's okay.
Welsh sausage on. I go crazy on there. And then just a touch of the black pudding, Welsh black pudding.
Ooh.
Smoked pancetta.
Okay, I couldn't get black pudding. I mean, it's probably popular in Australia, but I never came across that. And I think instead I'm gonna use guanciale.
And then from there, the mushrooms. Now, thinly sliced on. And then literally just take.
All right, this is what I'm gonna do. I've got the mushrooms, but I sauteed them in butter, and I think they're gonna take it to the next level. So we're gonna add the mushrooms, yes, cooked in butter, not raw. I know lots of people put raw mushrooms on the pizza. They taste okay, of course, but you wanna maximize the flavors. Cook them in butter first. To replace the seaweed instead, I've got beautiful caramelized onions. These are you take your breakfast to the next level, guys. No vodka, no seaweed, no anything else. This is what you do. Caramelized onions. Beautiful. Look at that. They're gonna give you a beautiful start of the day.
A little bit. My egg.
Yeah, all right. So before the egg, we're gonna put guanciale. Cook some beautiful guanciale over here, nice and crispy. Instead of pancetta or bacon, we're gonna put guanciale. We're gonna make this English breakfast, a little bit Italian. Here we go with the guanciale. What I have over here is the fat from the guanciale when you cook it. This is gonna be the bomb, the flavors that we add on this pizza, guys. The guanciale oil, oh my God, right there. Now we're going to add pecorino cheese. It doesn't matter where you guys are from. I believe pecorino should be a national ingredient. No matter your background, pecorino has to go everywhere. Yeah, on the pizza, beautiful. I believe we need to put some of this cheese, black bomba, on the pizza, some to melt, and some can go at the end. Now it's time for the mozzarella cheese, which has been drying on this. Can you see how the milk is at the bottom? We don't want to have milk on the pizza. So by drying the cheese on a colander, you have a less wet pizza. The mozzarella is extremely important for the English breakfast pizza. Just put it everywhere. Here we go. Beautiful. Now it's time to cook the pizza, guys. Let's wait until it cooks on this side. You can see how it's puffing up gently. You don't want to burn the side, so when it starts cooking, just check the bottom here. Let's put the peel underneath. And let's turn it this way. Put it back on the same spot. So the first side cooks for about 30 seconds, and the other sides I would do 15 seconds each. We're gonna cook the pizza for a maximum of 90 seconds. Well, look at the edges, look how beautiful they grow. All right, pizza is cooked. Look at that. Look how beautiful. Look how beautiful the pizza is. Stunning. Beautiful edges. But I have to tell you, we need to now put the egg on the pizza. I'm not gonna put the egg when Gordon Ramsay put the eggs, otherwise it would dry up. You want the egg yolk to cook, but also be runny in the middle. So I've never done this before, but my guessing, from my experience, is I'm gonna cook the egg for just a few seconds at very high temperatures. So that way, we're not drying the inside of the egg yolk. And also this is the time when you add the Tabasco sauce, if you want to add it. For me, I don't want Tabasco sauce for breakfast. Here we go with the egg yolk. We put the egg yolk right in the middle. Let's break some basil there. Put a little bit of salt on the egg. A little bit of pepper on the egg. Let's put the pizza back in the oven for a few seconds until the outside of the egg cooks. But when we put it in the oven, we're not gonna put the pizza back on the stone. We just wanna leave it on the pizza peel and let the fire cook the egg. So one side, turn the pizza now on the other side. Can you see how the egg is kind of cooked on that side? Go back on it. A few more seconds. So you can see the egg is half white, half orange. You can see, if you move, you can see the egg is still running inside. You can see it. Perfect. How did we do? Did we teach Gordon Ramsay how to make a beautiful pizza? Look at the edges are perfectly cooked. Look at that. Let's finish it off now with some extra bomba cheese. It is the bomb. So we do want those beautiful flavors. Nice. Great job, amazing. With the egg, I'm assuming, what I want to do the test of the egg. If the egg moves, see, just like that, still run inside, which is what we want. So when we cut it, the egg will go everywhere. And that's a proper English breakfast pizza. You watch Gordon Ramsay English breakfast pizza, and now you see mine. You rate it. Which one is better? Mine or the one that a Michelin star chef made? Look at this. Should we do the egg test to see if I cooked it better? Let's see. Oh yeah, look at that, guys. That's a proper English breakfast pizza. Look at the eggs going everywhere. That's what you want on your pizza. I feel like I won the battle. Just because of this, I feel like I won the battle with Gordon Ramsay. Incredible. Incredible. Look how stunning this pizza looks right now. Now look at the bottom of the pizza. Look how perfectly that's been cooked. That's a leopard crust, which is very, very important when you cook pizzas. Okay? Now let's cut it and let's go through the edges. Look at these beautiful edges here. Look. Stunning dough, stunning pizza. Now look at that. Look at that. I think I need a fork and knife to eat this pizza because this is an English breakfast pizza. I never eat pizza with fork and knife, but this one is an exception. Come on, guys. Let's be British today. Look at that. Look at the guanciale mixed with the eggs. Oh. Beautiful morning flavors. Amazing. What was Gordon thinking about vodka, seaweed? What are you doing, Gordon? And the egg at the end, just all over the ingredients. Oh, I think that's the most important part of the recipe. The baked beans go very well on the pizza. The bomba cheese, I will definitely use it on my future pizzas. No matter what I do, it's a really, really, really nice touch to add to the pizzas. The caramelized onion really adds that tangy, that kick that you really need. You cannot not use caramelized onion. It's so good, so delicate. I rate this pizza 10 out of 10. I don't know what I've been doing in life. Thanks to Gordon, now I discovered a new pizza. His recipe was pretty bad, but we took it to the next level, and now I can tell you the English breakfast pizzas, they're gonna be on my menu. This is a nice way to wake up on a Sunday morning and make a breakfast for the family with pizza. So if you have leftover pizza doughs, you know what to do with that. And honestly, your friends, your family members will be impressed. So again, thank you, Gordon, for introducing us to this beautiful recipe. But at the same time, no thank you, Gordon, because the one you did was pretty bad. This is the version you wanna make for your family. Thank you so much for watching this episode. I will see you in the next Vincenzo's Plate video recipe. E ora si mangia. English breakfast pizza.